Good morning, students. Today we'll see what is BiCMOS and how do we fabricate BiCMOS ICs. BiCMOS logic family is combination of BJT and CMOS families. That is, you incorporate both transistors as well as MOSFETs in CMOS connection in this particular ICs. So we should now know how do we fabricate BiCMOS ICs. So first of all, the substrate which is lightly doped with P-type material is taken, and all of you know what is substrate. Substrate is nothing but wafer, and what we see in this diagram is the side view. So first step in this case is to grow oxide layer over this P substrate. How do we grow oxide layer? By subjecting this P substrate to oxidation. Next, with the help of a mask and photolithography process and chemical etching, we should remove oxide layer from this portion, and a window is created. The P substrate is exposed in this portion. So next, what we have to do is we have to grow N-type impurities in this portion. How do we get N-type impurities in this portion? By subjecting this for implantation, we can get N-type impurities embedded in this portion. So this layer, what we see here is called N plus buried layer. It is only to provide a low resistance layer. We develop this N plus buried layer. So here, next what we do is we develop an epitaxial layer of P-type over the P substrate. What is this epitaxial layer? Epitaxial layer is another silicon layer which has a well-defined oriented molecular structure or crystalline structure of silicon. So this can be developed using implantation at a temperature range of 350 to 400 degrees centigrade. So this layer is completely a different layer when compared to P substrate. So this is a new layer that is developed over this P substrate. So in this layer, next what we do is we try to develop the transistor BJT. So how we do that, we will see. So here we have already shown the development of an oxide layer, and then using photolithography, chemical etching, we have developed window surfaces, that is openings in this portion, in these two portions, using suitable mask. So here these two regions are exposed. In this exposed region, we have to conduct diffusion or implantation to develop N-well structure here and another collector structure here. So if you want to do this, you have to use N impurities in the form of diffusion. You have to allow the N impurities to develop N structure here and also N structure here. So this will work as collector, and this is N-well for MOSFET. So let us see how it works. Next, what we have to do here is again develop oxide layer and photolithography process, etching and suitable mask to open up SiO2 layer here and expose this portion. So this is also here exposed. Let us see now what are these three windows that are created for. These three windows are going to give us NMOS, PMOS and NPN-BJT. So in these two portions, we develop a gate structure. How do we develop gate structure? So by depositing polysilicon over the entire structure, then using photolithography, chemical etching, we should remove unwanted polysilicon from these sides and retain only polysilicon in this portion. So this acts like gates. Next, here using a suitable mask, we have to introduce P type of impurities to develop base structure. So this can be done by diffusion or implantation. So the doping of this region with P impurities will introduce P base structure here. So next, we have to create N plus regions in this portion to develop source and drain regions for N MOSFET. And in this portion, we have to develop N plus region to create emitter. So how do we get N plus structures? Again, by subjecting these three portions for diffusion or implantation with the help of a suitable mask and carrying out the process of diffusion or implantation. So we can observe these small portions. What are these? This is only to avoid the formation of a diode at the contact. We have to have small portion of N plus material here and small portion of P type material here, which is highly doped. Next, we carry out oxidation in order to further develop contact cuts. So entire portion is oxidized and the thick SiO2 layer is developed. So use a suitable mask, photolithography, chemical etching to remove SiO2 from portions where you have to develop contacts. So we can observe all these white portions here indicate the hollow holes which are created in order to develop contact cuts. Next, last but one step is metallization, where the entire portion is covered with metal and then use suitable mask, photolithography and chemical etching to remove metal from unwanted portion and retain metal in the required portion. So here this brown color is indicating metal portions and in other portions metal is removed. If you observe this figure, you can see one N MOSFET is formed here and one P MOSFET is formed here and one BJT is formed here. For this BJT, this is the emitter, this is the base and this is the collector. For this P MOSFET, either this can be source and drain and gate, or this can be used, yeah, we have named it as source, gate, drain here. Actually, one thing you should know is both source and drain in a MOSFET will have same dimensions. So you can use any one as source and the other as drain, or any one as drain and the other one as source. Similarly for NMOSFET also. So that's about BiCMOS MOSFET fabrication. Thank you.